Hello, everyone. We are in the laundry room again. It's time to get some laundry done. Okay, I just washed my underwear and my athletics together just because I had sort of like a random amount of each, and I was like, I might as well just go ahead and do them together. I'm trying to get some last minute laundry done. You can see this is my hamper. That's all of my clothes right there. So I do still have quite a bit left to wash. Although I don't know, I might actually like look at what I've got in there and see if there's anything that I want to take with me because we are about to go to the beach. We leave in just a couple of days. Today is Friday and we're supposed to leave on Monday. And I've got some updates about some things for y'all. So perfect, that's empty. I thought that I could just chit chat with you a little bit while I work on laundry because why not multitask here? So, first of all, let me just tell you that we actually almost canceled our trip. Okay, I have not been doing well. Okay, I kind of talked about this. Well, I mentioned this in the last vlog, but I actually didn't end up including the clips because, like I told you, it was way too long. But I've been super, super anxious lately. Like, I've been having kind of an overwhelming amount of anxiety. And I think it's just with everything that has been going on, selling a house, buying a house, moving, traveling stresses me out. Birdie's paw being messed up and is still messed up for the record. It's been like a month now, and I'm just like, I guess we need to take her back to the doctor. I don't know why it won't heal up because she is wearing her cone whenever we're not watching her. So there's just a lot of things that are going on, okay, that are making me stressed. And so I have been feeling really, really bad, like really, really bad. I've been really, really grumpy. I've been in a terrible mood. I've been extremely overwhelmed. And like, I truly, even at this moment, I don't want to go. Okay. And that makes me feel like an asshole to even say that because it's like, oh, boo hoo. It's like my lobster's too buttery, like, oh, boo hoo, I have to go to the beach. I have to go on vacation. But I am just being honest and I really don't want to go. Okay. I would rather stay home. I feel like we're just now getting settled in the new house. I'm like, we've only lived here for like 3 months. Okay. Just barely. And I'm just now finally comfortable here. And so I don't want to immediately leave the house because I love it here. It just kind of feels like, I don't know. I don't need to get into all the details of it, but I don't want to. Okay. I don't really want to. And so I have been struggling with that and, struggling with telling Shane about that because he obviously, like, well, not obviously, but he is very, very different from me. And he's really been looking forward to vacation because I think we both originally were like, oh, yeah, whenever we decided that we were still going to book a vacation, even though we were buying a house, we were like, oh, it'll be really nice actually to go on vacation after we've moved because it'll feel like a relief. It'll be like, oh my gosh, now that we're all settled and everything's done, we can like relax from the stresses of all of that. And obviously, we didn't know that we were going to be selling our house at the same time that we were supposed to be going to the beach. And we're actually supposed to be closing on Monday. Okay. So it's all happening at the same time. And don't worry, I have talked to my therapist about this. I know that I say that to y'all a lot, but I'm like, I just want y'all to know that these are not just things that I'm not dealing with. That's a swimsuit. I forgot to put that in a little bag. But my therapist is like, oh, I forgot to zoom in, by the way. Oh my gosh, I usually zoom in a little bit more. Who cares? My therapist basically is like, I think that most of what you're going through right now is grief. Like, I think you're still experiencing a lot of grief about the house, especially since it's not even done yet. Like, we haven't fully closed. Luckily, we are under contract. I know I didn't like keep up with updating y'all about that, but a bunch of stuff happened, but we are under contract, so we should be good to go. I'm not going to feel fully relieved until it's like completely done, which is supposed to happen on Monday, which is our last day at the beach. We were going to go and close today because we were like, well, we're going to be out of town. Can we close early? And they were like, yeah, for sure. And then today they were like, actually, no. And they were like, what we can do is we can let you close remotely, but you'll just have to find a notary wherever you are. And we're like, we're not going to schedule in going to close on our house and go find a notary and stuff while we're at the beach. Like, that's just ridiculous. So we're just going to come back a day early, I think. If not multiple days early, we'll see. The weather looks like it's going to be crap. It looks like it's going to be raining and storming the whole time. I know I'm mentioning like a million things at once, but I'm just really overwhelmed. And like I said, my therapist is like, I think you're mostly dealing with grief and that it's like coming out in a lot of different ways. And every time that she even mentions that, or every time that I even think about the house, I get extremely emotional. So I think that she's correct, but it's really hard for me personally, just as somebody who is very sensitive and easily overwhelmed and anxious a lot of the time. It's like it feels like too much for me to be traveling at the same time that I'm trying to get settled in a new home, at the same time that I'm trying to sell my old home. You know, like it just feels like a lot. And I don't want to be like, that might be silly, because it's like, well, these are huge changes. Like these are huge major life changes that we're going through. And like, especially since we're not going to have kids, I'm like, this is like the biggest change that we are going to go through together, other than getting married, which we've already done. So everything just feels like a lot right now. And I don't mean to sound like ungrateful or whiny or annoying, but like, I really don't want to go on vacation. So we are going to go. It's fine. We're going to go. All right. We're going to try to have a good time. We're going to hope that these negative feelings and emotions are not overwhelming everything. Only time will tell. So yeah, that's what this vlog is going to be, is not me talking about that the whole time. So sorry to start it off on a bummer, but you know me. I always like to just be straight up and honest with y'all. And I literally cannot get on here right now and be like, oh my God, we leave in 2 days. I'm like, I don't want to be doing any of this. Okay, so that's the reality of the situation. I'm just working on some laundry because I have not started packing yet. I usually pack very, very last minute. I actually did do a lot of things yesterday and I didn't even pull out the camera, so I'm sorry about that. I did a lot of cleaning. I did some toiletry packing. I just like pulled out my usual toiletry bag and kind of topped off all the stuff in there that needed to be topped off. And I started a list of some things that I need to pack. So yeah, I have already gotten a head start on things and didn't record any of it, but I've been really, really like genuinely unwell mentally. Like I have been, y'all, literally, I was really rude to my therapist. I was really rude to my therapist. I love my therapist so much and like I get along with her so well. And even whenever she does something that's like annoying because I know that she's right, I'm never like rude to her, but like and I wasn't like rude. I was just like, I was not cooperating. So I don't feel like myself right now. I'm very much not being myself right now. And so in that kind of mental state, it's like really difficult to be like, ooh, yay, yeah, let's go out of town. Whenever going out of town is like one of the major stressors in my life, So that's enough of that. I've been yapping for quite some time. What we're going to be doing in this vlog is getting ready for vacation. We're going to be packing. We're obviously doing some laundry. There might be some last minute cleaning. We're going to build our beach TBR. That's like the one thing I'm excited about, is the opportunity to read a lot. So we'll be doing that and just getting things ready to go and trying to survive. Okay, Shane's trying some smoothie, and then he's going to give a Walmart haul.
It's quite good.
He wants to give one. He said he really wants us to be a couples channel now, so let me know what y'all think about that.
Yeah. So we've got 3 gator lights. Oh. Let me clip this here. I don't want to hold it. There we go. Perfect. We have 3 gator lights. The mixed berry kind, because that's her favorite. Jackie, not her, as in like Scarlett Johansson.
Planning on being dehydrated.
Yeah, at the beach for sure. I found these. There's some gluten-free fig bars. I know that I like the fig bars a lot. I'm not gluten-free, so I've never tried these before, but they're soft, they're yummy. These are strawberry, which tends to be one of Jackie's favorite flavors. So we're gonna try these out. And then I got some sunbum stuff for the beach. So I've got some, this is mostly me because you can see here it's a 50 SPF because that's just how I am. But there's 30 on that, and
What
then
does 50 have to do with you?
because I burn very easily.
Oh. Well, I wear 50 or I wear 70 at the beach.
Oh.
Okay.
Face stick, and then some chapstick,
Oh.
and
All right.
some lotion.
Okay. What do you think of that, buddy?
He wants me to hold him. That's all he wants. See?
Boomer.
What'd you say? What'd you say? What was that? What'd you say?
Okay, it's crazy bright in here. You can see why I had to move the philodendron because the sun was coming through right here, but I figured I would just give you all a little bit of a plant update while I'm up here because I do need to water everybody before we go out of town. So here is the philodendron. So happy, so gorgeous. My money tree is going absolutely crazy. Look at that. So much new growth, and I feel like it's really healthy, which is exciting. So the snake plant, I don't know about. I feel like I never know what to do with snake plants, which is funny because I always hear that they're really, really easy. But like, I never think that they're actually easy. I always have trouble with them, so I don't know about that. I have this little pothos that you can see is growing, and I'm just like wrapping its vines up and around this. The Monstera is still doing gorgeous. That definitely needs a drink of water. And then these two over here, look how freaking happy this baby is. So they're all thriving. I'm going to stick them in the shower, just a few of them, and water them. I don't think I'm going to water everything. I actually watered the money tree not that long ago, so it definitely seems to be doing fine, but other things need a little bit of a drink. Okay, so the other thing, or one of the things that I need to do is find my fanny pack and find my travel bags, which actually are right there. Wow, that's convenient. And my suitcase. Wow, okay. So here's our little attic space. I don't know if I've even shown this to y'all, but we do have an attic space that's in my room. And then there's a larger attic space in the other guest bedroom. But there is so much room in here. Back there in the corner, we have Christmas decorations and stuff. And then obviously, here is those two lamps that I thrifted sometime a while ago. We still never got shades for them, but we need to. So I think in this bin that has my bags and purses, I think my fanny pack might be in there, but there are like big totes and stuff that we use whenever we're traveling. So I'm going to grab all of this out and see if I can find the stuff that I need. Like I said, I believe in this giant bag is where my fanny packs would be because these are my extra like purses and handbags and stuff. So we're going to see if we can find them. How cute is this? I thrifted this whenever I went to Wisconsin to visit my friend Kiro. So cutesy. What's in here? Oh, another big leather tote. Love that. I've got a couple of little like cross bodies there. A bunch of extra tote bags here. I think this cow one, yeah, it's from Bagoo. So cutesy. There's my backpack, and there's my bag, another Bagoo tote. Oh my God, perfect. Is it in here? No, wait. Where is my favorite fanny pack? I have two small bags in here. I have this one that's like a little mini duffel almost from Everlane, and then I have this little pink one. How do I always lose my favorite fanny pack? I don't understand. I have a really cute one. I think this same thing happened last year whenever we were getting ready for the beach, and I couldn't find it. And then I ended up finding it. And now I can't find it again, but it's my favorite fanny pack. It's so cute. It has a little keychain on it. And now I have to locate it again. So this is just a repeat from last year. I mean, worst case scenario, I do have an extra one. So that's fine if I needed to use that one. But my other one I like a lot better, and it's like a better size and everything. So, okay, well, let's see if we can locate that. It might be downstairs in the coat closet is the only other place that I could think that it might be, because I do have a couple of totes down there that are just kind of sitting in the closet. But wow. All right. Before I go and try to locate that, I can show you what I've got here, which are some beach bags. So this is my beach bag. I got it a couple years ago. It's like a very thin mesh material, so that's great because obviously the sand just falls right out of it. And then these two larger totes we use whenever we're going on a road trip, because I like to put a bunch of household supplies in there. I take a lot of household supplies whenever we go. Like I'll take cleaning products, toilet paper, trash bags, Ziploc bags, just all kinds of random stuff. We'll take a lot of Tupperware because we pack a lot of snacks whenever we're going to the beach and things like that. We tend to go grocery shopping as soon as we get there. Like it's the first thing that we do is stop at the grocery store. So I like to use these because it keeps things a little bit more structured and organized. And then whenever we're on the way, I will use the beach bag for like towels or random things like that. That way I'm not just like packing away a bag and not actually using it. So I'm going to set these out. I'm probably not going to take them downstairs yet. Otherwise Boomer will start to freak out, but let's go see if we can find this other fanny pack. Okay, we're going to check the coat closet. Please disregard my epic outfit as usual. So whenever this happened last year, I remember being like, ooh, okay, I'm going to put this fanny pack blank and then I'll never lose it again. And like, if you watched the beach vlog last year, then you know that I literally ordered a whole new fanny pack because I was like, well, I'll just get another one. And then I ended up finding it, so I returned the old one. Wait, I actually, you know what, babe? Okay, no, it's not in here. Well, you know what? I'm actually remembering. I'm pretty sure that last year, whenever Shane was packing away his bags, whenever we were doing all of that, I think that I told him to put my fanny pack with his bags so that way I wouldn't lose it again. So I'm going to check with him and see if he knows where his bike bags and stuff are, because I think that that's where it is. Y'all, I have epic news. Shane found my fanny pack. He said that it was in the garage in a denim tote bag that I have. He said, it's in the denim tote bag in the garage with all the rest of your bags. And I was like, no, all the rest of my bags are in my closet up here. And so then I was like, where are we going to keep it? Like we both need to remember where I'm going to keep it. And he was like, we will consolidate all of your bags and keep all of your bags together in one place. So anyway, I did show this to you last year, but I'll just show it to you again. This is my favorite fanny pack. It's from John G. I have this really cute little Susan Alexandra keychain on it. It's got a zip pocket on the back, and it's kind of like mesh on the back. It has a small zip pocket on the front, and then on the inside, let me show you what's going on. It's not anything special. It's just got one slip pocket in the back, and then it's open. But it's just like the perfect size, and I feel like it's really, really cute. I love the colors. Obviously, it has an adjustable strap and stuff. I usually wear it as a fanny pack, and then I'll just kind of like carry it around almost like a clutch, or I'll just like put it on my arm. Whenever we do go to the beach, I just like use the fanny pack as my purse. So I typically will like pack a really large tote to be my travel bag, like my car bag, and that'll have all of my purse, all my like normal purse stuff in it, plus snacks and like extra stuff. And then I'll just stick this down in there with my card and everything. So that way it's like, this is basically my purse for the week, because we're just like so active while we're at the beach and we're on our bike all the time. And like, I pretty much always have sunscreen on. So I never really like to take like a nice bag and carry a bag. Gone are the days where we would like dress up and go out to eat. Like, I feel like we did that for a couple of years. And sometimes, I mean, I do still take like a couple of cute outfits, but we're not ever really going anywhere super nice, and we eat at home most of the time anyway. So we tend to just wear like comfy clothes or like workout clothes. And either way, it's like you're at the beach, so you don't have to dress nice anyway. But all that's to say, I'm not like taking a nice bag to try to like make a cute outfit. I'm like, I don't really care. I'm wearing a hat. I'm sweaty. I'm sunscreeny. I'm just going to carry a fanny pack around. So I am so glad that we found this. I'm going to keep it literally just like sitting out in the middle of the floor right here before I set it somewhere else and then lose it again. So that's good news. I've been editing for a little while. I'm trying to like get a little bit more editing done before we leave. And Shane just went to the store to grab some more things so he can make dinner tonight. And I think what I'm about to do is take off my nail polish. So I currently have on just a couple layers of what's it called? Fairy Tinkle from Cracked. I've really been using a lot of Cracked polishes lately. But this is a really cute topper that has just like really, it has like pink, blue, green, kind of like iridescent flakies. And I think it looks really cute on its own. I can't decide if I want to do my nails for the beach or not though. Last year I didn't do anything. I just like clipped them really, really short so that way I didn't have to worry about it. Because I feel like there are pros and cons. Like the pros are obviously my nails are done and they look nice. But that's kind of the only pro. The cons are that it's like they could chip. And then if they do chip, then I have to fix them. And if I want to fix them, then I have to take nail care stuff with me. So yeah, I'm kind of torn, but I think that right now what I'm going to at least do is take off my polish, clip my nails down, not like super, super short probably, but just like clip and shape them and get them prepped as if I were going to do them. If I do decide to paint them again, I'll probably wait and do that tomorrow so I can just like give myself a day for them to breathe and kind of think about it a little bit more because especially with something like this, I'm like, if I just redid this again, if they did start to chip, it wouldn't even be like super noticeable and they just sort of like have a cute little shine like this. So I might do that. I don't know. I'm going to think about it, but I think that's what I'm going to do. I probably will also paint my toes before we go. So I think that I'll probably wait and do that tomorrow as well. But yeah, that's what I'm doing. And then we're going to have dinner. And then I don't really know what else we're going to get up to for the rest of the day. I might do some more editing. I kind of am in the mood to stream. I didn't stream last night. So I might just like do a little extra stream potentially. So we will see. But I'm going to go take care of that. I'm not going to include any footage of that because it's kind of boring. But say goodbye to the fairy tinkle. For now, at least. Good morning, everyone. Well, it's almost the afternoon. It's 11:55 right now. My hair, it's looked better. Okay, I forgot to do dry shampoo last night. And so this morning I was like, oh, I'll just slick it back. And like, whenever you're trying to do a ponytail, specifically if you're trying to slick it back for any of my fellow slickers out there, sometimes it just does not work. And today's one of those days where it's like, no, we're not going to cooperate. So I might end up putting a hat on, but ultimately nobody cares. Although, also, what am I trying to say? On the topic of my hair, the other day, whenever I was feeling so stressed out about leaving, which was like multiple days actually, I was like, well, let me look at some old pictures and videos from the beach from like last year to see if that will help like get me in the mood a little bit. And my ponytail last year was literally this long. It was so tiny. And so I'm like, okay. I'm so happy that my ponytail is actually back. That's truly the moment that I've been waiting for since I started growing my bob out. But okay, so I'm annoyed this morning because I cannot find my packing cubes. I actually texted Shane about this last night and he was like, oh, I have your, actually, whenever he brought me my fanny pack yesterday, he was like, I was like, oh, I can't find my packing cubes. And he said, I have your packing cubes. And I was like, oh my God, that's perfect. And so he put them in the closet, but there's only a few of them. And I have a set of like 10 or more and I cannot find them. And like typically I keep them in my suitcase because obviously that's where they should live. I don't know where Shane had them or how he had them or where he found them, but I just got my suitcase out and opened it up and my packing cubes are not in there. And I've checked my other overnight bags as well and they're not in there. And so I'm just like, I'm having one of those moments, like for anybody who has moved before, I feel like it's just a common moving thing, but it's like, you can't find anything. Like, how do these things suddenly get lost when you move? Because then we had another thing this morning where Shane was like, oh, have you seen the beach canopy, like the tent thing that we set up on the beach? And I was like, no, like I'm never the one who unpacks the car whenever we get home and I don't take care of all of that. So I was like, I've never touched that in my life. And I was like, I think that it was in the shed at the old house. And he was like, yeah, I checked whenever I went a couple days ago, but it wasn't in there. And I'm like, okay, but luckily he found it. He had lent it to a friend whenever they were going to the beach, like last year or the year before or something. I guess sometime last year. And so he lent it to them. And so he just went to go pick that up a little while ago. He and Birdie went. So luckily we have located the beach canopy and the little like sand resistant mat that we usually lay out. The beach wagon that we usually take is my parents', so we might borrow theirs, or I think that the Airbnb actually has their own little wagon as well. So we might just end up using that. That way we don't have to pack one and take up more car space. But I'm gathering up bags. I'm going to start packing today. I already just like folded all of my workout clothes and put aside like a set of, or like a stack of workout outfits. And I think I'm going to do similar to what I did last year, which was like mostly pack just like workout/athletic clothes, like shorts and tank tops and bras and stuff like that, just because it's going to be so hot and humid. And let me show y'all this actually. Hold on. Let me pull up the weather for you. Okay. I think that I mentioned this to you yesterday, but let me just show you what the weather is supposed to be like. Okay. Yeah. You see that? Rainy or stormy literally every single day. 89, 90, 89, 85, 87, 89, 90. The day we have to leave. Actually, it was going to be the day that we were leaving, but now we're going to have to leave a day early. On Monday, next Monday, 92 and sunny. So I'm like, you know what? I always stress out about packing, and I talked about this last year as well. I'm very much an overpacker, and like I really, really struggle with that, and I wish that I didn't, but it's really hard. And so I'm like, well, I'm going to pack a lot of workout clothes just because that's the most comfortable whenever it's so hot and humid outside. And then I also am like, well, I guess I'll pack a bunch of comfy clothes as well, because if it's just going to be raining the whole time, I don't really know how out and about we're even going to be. So it's just like, I was feeling a lot better about it yesterday. Today I'm feeling stressed again and kind of like, I don't want to go. And I think it's partially because I didn't sleep well last night. I woke up and like was panicky and anxious and stuff. So my mindset is not the best today, but I'm going to start packing, and I'm going to try to not overpack, but I already know that I'm going to. It's on. You want to say something? Okay, that's all he had to say. Y'all, listen, you're going to be like, you're insane. And that's correct. I am insane. I have something to open with you. Don't listen. Don't fuss at me. Okay. I'm not going to promise because that might be dishonest, but I'm going to try to go on a no buy again after this because I may or may not have gotten another new perfume. Oh, I'm sorry. Listen, I blame my therapist, okay, because I've told y'all that like, oh, he's just going to sit on his little step. I've told y'all that she and I talk about perfume and stuff all the time. And I had told her, like, she was asking me if I was going to get anything for summer. And I told her that I really wanted to get Bizzaria from Santa Maria Novella, which I think that I mentioned. I don't know. I mention it a lot. And it's like this most like really gorgeous, like citrusy. It's just so good. Anyway, I mentioned that I wanted that. And she was like, but I was like, not sure if I wanted to spend the money on it or whatever. Anyway, I couldn't even really remember how much it cost when I was talking to her about it. I just remember checking last year and I was on my no buy. So I was like, well, I'm not even going to get it anyway. So my point is that she texted me the other day and she sent it to me on Saks and said, oh, it looks like Saks has it on sale. And I was like, why would you show me this? So they did have it on sale and I was like, oh my gosh, should I do it? It was a really, really good deal. Okay. And so I did it and I am so excited. This is such a gorgeous box. Like, are you kidding me? So this scent is Bizzaria from Santa Maria Novella. And this is like, I want to read y'all what this actual perfume is like based on because it's not random, but it's like, what in the world is going on there? It's like based off this one fruit called the Bizzaria. And it's a fruit that was like grown in Medici's garden or something. And oh, okay, it's an olfactory tale inspired by the bizarre Bizzarre fruits of the Bizzaria citrus tree, where lemon etrog, and bitter orange coexist. First studied in the Medicean gardens in 1644, it now returns to life thanks to its rediscovery in the Villa Medicia di Castello. How cute is that? I kind of want to put this on my shelf. There you can see it. Oh my God. Look at this little book. No. Oh my God, this is so beautiful. Oh! Okay. Okay, let's try that again. I'm going to hold it in place this time so you can see how beautiful this packaging is. And since this just absolutely flew out of here, look, you can really see the fruit there on the inside. I am absolutely saving these boxes. Like, yes, I'm such a millennial for saving the boxes, but lately whenever I've been getting perfume and it like comes with a nice box, I just want to save it because it's so beautiful. It's like such a nice little experience to open it up. So hold on, let me put that back together and show you. The bottle is just gorgeous, and it's got this like embossed or like raised Santa Maria Novella thing on the back. Oh my God, it's so pretty. So, well, you can't even smell it in there. Okay, I'm gonna look up the notes for y'all just so that way I can tell you exactly. Okay, top notes are Basaria Accord, Neroli, and Timur, pepper. Middle notes, Orange Blossom Absolute, Ginger, and Davana. Base notes are cedarwood and musk. So I describe this as like, I'm actually gonna spray it. I'm gonna go ahead and take my first spray. Oh my God, y'all, I'm sorry. Oh, I cannot even. It's so like unbelievably beautiful. It's so citrusy and cedary and like a little bit musky. I describe it, this is like very bizarre and doesn't sound good, but to me it smells very, very citrus at the top, and the citrus lasts for however long it lasts for. It's citrus, which like fades very quickly. But the like cedar muskiness of the base of it, it smells kind of like it smells kind of like a hamster cage. Not like a dirty hamster cage, but it kind of smells like fresh cedar shavings, like wood shavings that you would put. It's like, okay, it's like there's all the citrus at the top, which is just like so, so beautiful. But then underneath the cedar muskiness is like, imagine that you're finally getting your first hamster and you've like set up its cage and everything, and you've got its fresh gorgeous little cage all set up and it's ready, and you're like about to go and finally get your hamster. Like, that's what the cedar muskiness of it smells like. Do not tell Santa Maria Novella I said that, because that's probably not at all what they're going for, but it is just, it's such a gorgeous scent for summer, and it's so unlike, I know that I talk about cedar and musk a lot with like different scents that I have, but this is so unlike anything that I have because it is really, really citrusy, and like something about the cedar note is not like a really sharp kind of a cedar, where I feel like cedar tends to be kind of like really sharp and woodsy. This cedar is more like just really gentle. It's like a very gentle, musky woodiness, but like it's so light. Like the fragrance is so light. It is not at all like, it does not project super far. I feel like I could like spray a million sprays and it wouldn't be crazy, which like I'm not going to do that, but I am really, really excited. I had to open it with y'all only because, you know, I'm going to talk about what perfume I'm taking to the beach. And actually this got like rerouted. It was coming from FedEx, and whenever I ordered it, it said it would be here like 2 days later, which I was very shocked about. But then I got a notification that said that the label was unreadable, and so they had to like make it a new label. And that was in Nashville. And then it went from Nashville to St. Paul, okay, Minnesota. And I was like, huh? And then it finally came here. I was afraid that it wasn't going to make it in time, but I'm so glad that it did. I'm definitely taking this with me. This is going to be my beach scent for this year. Wow. Yeah, it just is like the most gentle, citrus, musky. Oh, it's really beautiful. So there's that. Now, truly, I am not even kidding, y'all. I really am going to try to go back on a perfume no buy now, because obviously, as you have seen, I've gotten plenty of samples this year already. I already got the full size of White Rice. I've gotten a full size of Glossier You Do. Now I have a full size of Bizarria, which is like my actual dream come true. I've wanted this for so long. So I think that I'm done. Like I've got plenty that's going to last me for the summertime. I've got plenty that I can wear in the fall and winter. Don't don't let me get anything else. Hello, it's officially the next day, aka the day before we move. We're just finishing up doing some more packing right now. I just finished packing up my toiletries for the most part. There's still like a couple of things that I'll probably throw in there last minute, but I've got most of that done, which is nice. I have the majority of my clothes in packing cubes. I just need to bring my suitcase down. I like to wait and do that like as late as I possibly can just because it does stress the dogs out. Like they know what's going on whenever they see the suitcase. So I might wait on that a little bit, but I'm really glad that I did order those extra packing cubes because I find that like, especially being an overpacker, it tends to stress me out while I'm packing because I know that I'm overpacking so much. But I have found that as long as I use packing cubes and keep things relatively organized, it's not really that stressful to overpack because then whenever I come back home, it's very easy to unpack anything that I didn't use. Like all my tank tops are together, all my bottoms are together, all my underwear is together. So I can just easily like put my laundry in a separate bag. I usually just put it in a trash bag while we're gone and unload everything that's already in cubes and organized. So that's going to be pretty nice. I'm trying not to stress about packing too much because I am who I am, and that's what I'm going to do. But so far, like, I'm feeling like this is my toiletry bag, which I already have here, and this is usually like way more full than it is right now. I mean, it's definitely full. I've got like all my hair products. I've got a hair towel and a face towel. I do pack my own towels as well as sheets because I'm insane. Okay. So that's all done. We've gotten some household stuff packed. I just need to finish my clothes and all of that. The house is kind of a disaster right now, but I'm not going to stress about that because I'm going to do one last clean tonight. We're actually going to my parents' house tonight to have dinner for Father's Day and my dad's birthday, which was last week. And after that, we're going to come home. Shane is going to take our dogs to his mom's house because she's going to watch them for most of the week. So while he's gone taking the dogs, I probably will like vacuum the house one more time and just kind of do one quick last wipe down and just make sure that everything is nice and clean. Probably pack some like breakfast and lunch for the road tomorrow. And yeah, so we're mostly packed. I streamed this morning. Today is Sunday, and I finished streaming this morning around noon, which was nice. I got to cut it a little bit early since I have so much to do. So I'm going to finish up with some packing. I need to do some editing to like finish uploading a VOD for my VOD channel. And the last thing that we have to do together, actually, I mean, like I'll probably include more packing clips and stuff, but we need to do my beach TBR, okay? I have so many books, as y'all know, and we have to decide what we're going to read at the beach. Now, I'm not going to talk in depth about this right now because it's just not the time, but I already finished 5 from my aardvark box, and I loved this, okay? I loved this. If you were looking for like a thriller that's very unique in a few different ways, I would recommend that. It was so good. But again, I don't want to talk about it in depth right now, but I would love to talk about it with someone if you've read it. So what else do I want to read? I have a couple more new books here that I have not yet read. I think that I'm going to take Audition by Katie Kitamura because this was also sort of like, I think this is a psychological thriller and it seems pretty quick, like a pretty easy read. And it's a paperback, which is nice. I much prefer to take a paperback to the actual beach versus a hardcover, but I do have a lot of hardcover books that I think I'm going to end up taking. So let's take Audition by Katie Kitamura. This is about 2 people who meet for lunch in Manhattan. She's an actress. He's attractive and young enough to be her son. Oh, okay. Let's see what happens there. So there's that. Let me see what else I've got. I don't want to bring the camera all the way over here. Okay, that's tragic. A book just fell literally behind that cabinet, and as you can see, the cabinet goes all the way to the ground. So, sorry about it, but let me show you what else I just grabbed. I'm not sure. I could take all of these. Maybe I will take all of these. Okay, that's crazy. All right, I definitely want to take this. The Guest by Emma Cline. This has been on my TBR for years, and I have never read it. I honestly don't even know what it's about. Let's see. Summer is coming to an end. That's perfect. Summer is coming to a close on the east end of Long Island, and Alex is no longer welcome. A misstep at a dinner party, and the older man she's been staying with dismisses her with a ride to the train station and a ticket back to the city. With few resources and a waterlogged phone, but gifted with an ability to navigate the desires of others, Alex stays on Long Island and drifts like a ghost through the hedged lanes, gated driveways, and sun-blasted dunes of a rarefied world. Rarefied world? That is, at first, closed to her. Propelled by desperation and a mutable sense of morality, she spends the week leading up to Labor Day moving from one place to the next, a cipher leaving destruction in her wake. I've heard this is like kind of unhinged, so I'm excited for that. So let's take that too. So we've got Audition, The Guest. That's perfect. I actually have a few more paperbacks here, which is great. I really, really have been wanting to read this for so long, and I got this while we were at the beach last year. The Wedding People by Alison Esbach. I'm not so sure how to say her last name, but I feel like this was really, really popular last year, maybe even the year before, and I still have not read it. And whenever I got it at the beach last year, I thought that I might read it, but I just didn't get to it. And so whenever I didn't, I thought, I'm taking that to the beach with me next year. So we're definitely going to take The Wedding People. So that's 3 books right there, which you might think, surely that's enough. I think last year while I was at the beach, I read 3 or maybe 4 books. So I want to give myself options here. So I'm pretty sure that The Wedding People is kind of like contemporary fiction-ish, maybe literary fiction. This is like a psychological thriller. The Guest is sort of like, I don't know, just kind of like weird. I'm not so sure what kind of book it is. Now, I also recently got this by Karen Slaughter, Pretty Girls. This is going to be another thriller. And I feel like a thriller at the beach is so, so fun. So I'm like, maybe I take this, or for my last book, Emily Henry, Great Big Beautiful Life. I've been waiting for this one to come out in paperback just because I wanted a paperback version, because this to me feels very much like a beach read. I read my first ever Emily Henry book, which was Book Lovers, while I was at the beach a few years ago. And Book Lovers is probably still my favorite Emily Henry. I did really enjoy Funny Story. I know everybody like loves Funny Story, and I thought it was great. But to me, Book Lovers was just like the best, and I read it at the beach, and so I feel like Emily Henry is a beach kind of a vibe. But this one I've definitely heard mixed reviews about. I know that people weren't really loving this one, but it sounds good to me. So I'm like, ooh. Now I could take all 5 of these. I could take 5, or I could just take 4. It would be better to have more than not enough. However, maybe I'll just take 4, and I'll also take my Kindle, because I really like to read on my Kindle before bed. Maybe we'll do that. Let's do 4 and my Kindle. I don't know. Do I want to take a thriller, or do I want to take Emily Henry? Okay, sorry. I was sitting there thinking for a while. I think I'm going to take Emily Henry, because I feel like Audition and The Guest seem a little bit dark, and I feel like The Wedding People might be a little bit dark as well. If I remember correctly, it's about somebody who's like thinking about taking their own life. Okay, that's not really positive material. And I don't know, this is like so happy-go-lucky like Emily Henry usually is. I mean, she usually has like very realistic characters, in my opinion, who have like realistic life stuff going on, which I appreciate. But I know this one is like very different than her usual, like I said. So let's do that. Let's take these 4. Okay. And if I get to all of them, that will be a delight. And if I don't, that's okay. But I think here's what I'm going to take. Okay. We've got The Wedding People, Great Big Beautiful Life, The Guest, and Audition. So I'll take these 4 as well as my Kindle. And I already have books like loaded on my Kindle that I downloaded from Kindle Unlimited like over the past little while. I have a few on there that I'm interested in, but I tend to just kind of like read. Oh, wait a second though. Hold on. I really want to read this. I'm really excited about this one, A Good Person by Kirsten King. I just love the cover, and I have heard really good things about it, but maybe I'll save that for whenever I get back to give me something else that I'm excited about reading. I think I'll do that. Okay, sorry, I just got distracted by seeing it there. So we're going to leave that. We're going to take these 4 plus my Kindle. And yeah, that's what I will read at the beach. So I might pack these in my suitcase actually, just to keep them nice and safe and make sure they don't get all bent up. But yeah, there's that. I'm probably going to go pack some more before it's time to have some lunch. And I'll keep y'all updated with how things are going. But so far, so good. I'm feeling pretty good about what's done and what's being packed. Shane's already gotten our bikes already, so those are all good to go. He's going to load all of like the beach supplies and stuff in the car today, so that'll be ready to go. And I think we're going to try to leave a little bit early tomorrow. We'll just see, but I think we might try to leave like between 7 and 8, which is earlier than we usually leave. We usually leave around like 9, between 9 and 10, but I don't know. We'll see. So, yeah. Goodbye for now. Hello, we have been back from my parents' house after having dinner for a little bit now, maybe like half an hour or so, maybe 45 minutes. Shane has gone to take the dogs to his mom's house. I did cry. Got everything ready and settled for them. My parents just came over because we were asking them if we could borrow their beach wagon, but they couldn't find it. And so they were like, oh, we'll just bring it to you later. So they just came by to bring us the beach wagon, and they got to come in and see the house and everything. My dad hadn't seen our bedroom furniture or like our closets or anything. So that was nice. He loves all of our bedroom furniture and all the art that we got hung up and everything. So that was fun. And they wanted to give me a hug and tell me goodbye, which was sweet. And then I've got a lot left to do, y'all. I have to finish packing. I have not even taken my suitcase downstairs. So I need to pick out like what t-shirts I'm going to take, any cute clothes that I'm going to take, like if any at all. But I think everything else I already have like packed as far as clothes and stuff goes. And the majority of my toiletries are packed, which I think I mentioned earlier as well. So I want to go ahead and end the vlog only because I really need to like pack my camera and charge the batteries and charge my mic. But I don't want to be worrying about that overnight and then potentially forget it in the morning. So I'm going to go ahead and stop so I can focus on everything that I have left to do, because there is still a very long to-do list, and I would rather just like put my headphones in and focus and get it done. So I appreciate y'all for being here, and I hope that you enjoyed this vlog. All right, another beach prep vlog. It was a lot of packing, not as much clean with me stuff as I usually like to do with like this kind of a vlog, but that's okay. That was another thing that I just kind of like focused on. So I hope y'all enjoyed it nonetheless. And I will see you again when I am at the freaking beach. Okay. I'm feeling pretty good about it right now. We'll see how I feel tomorrow and in the days coming, but I'm sure it'll be great. And yeah, we'll see. But I will see y'all when we're there. Okay. Bye.